Hope moves, and hope believes and goes all in with God before the present circumstances catch up. That's what one of the attributes of hope. And sometimes God's going to invite us to buy a field, quote unquote, buy a field, right? Even when it doesn't make any sense to take a step of faith, even when it doesn't look good, to forgive someone and to seek reconciliation, even when it looks impossible, to give financially, even when it hurts and even when it doesn't feel certain, to serve when you feel unseen, to pray when those same prayers that you've prayed 1,000 times before. But you pray in hope. Because even though the present circumstances don't seem like they're there, hope says keep pressing on. Because hope is not about a wishful thinking. Hope isn't about the circumstances that you find yourself in. Hope is trusting in God's promises. Because he who promised is faithful. Biblical hope is active. It takes shape in obedience. It's formed in generosity and shows up in faithfulness to others. Because hope is rooted in what God says. That even if things aren't better yet, we can still act in faith. Wishful thinking, which was typically what we think of as hope, wishful thinking waits until circumstances change before we act. Biblical hope, we act knowing that God will come through. What is that thing that maybe you've given up hope on, but he's asking you to still hope in? That thing that you've lost, that you've let go of, or that thing that you've been continually praying for, but you're about to give up hope on? What field might God be calling you to buy in this season? What tangible action might God be calling you to take? Not because it makes sense, but because you trust in him. And hope, ultimately, the heartbeat of our hope in Jesus for you and I, is that although it looks bleak at times in life, God brings life where death once was. Just like Jeremiah, who thought it was over in a prison in a falling city. And God said, it's not over. I've got a plan for redemption. He can redeem and restore broken relationships. He can breathe new life into dying dreams. He can bring back joy to weary hearts. He can take what seems like ashes of failure and create beauty again. That's the God who we not only worship, but that's the God we can have hope in. Because that's who he is, the God of redemption. Don't put your hope in what seems lost. Don't put your hope in an economy or in your own control or in your own stability of your plans. Put your hope in one who is greater than all of those things. The God who doesn't fail to keep his word. We're going to have to remind ourselves when it seems hopeless that our hope isn't in our own circumstances, not in our own self. It's trusting in God, that he is the powerful one. Lord God, you have made the heavens by your great power. Nothing is impossible for you. Hope isn't built on your control. It's built on who God is.